Tuesday, August 12th, market analysis, Stan Ehrlich. We have another strong day in the stock market indexes with more new historic highs and, much to my chagrin, no bearish reversal, which I have been talking about for too long. Sorry, I'm off beat here, I'm off balance, and I expect to get in sync, so to speak, very quickly, very soon. If you've been listening to me for the last 2.5 years, you know that occasionally this happens. All right, we're not overbought yet, but we're getting a little close, 68. We do have new historic highs by apparently just a few ticks on the E-mini. Strong close. We got a buy signal on August 6th that I said at the time I didn't think it was going to work, but it has. And now almost all, if not all, of my bearish engulfings on the last business day of July 31st, Thursday, have not worked. Well, not making me very happy, and I'm sure you're not either. So what do we got? The 5-minute chart on the ES, just barely a new high, maybe a few ticks from the high on July 31st. This is a possible double top, but it's not happening. Don't do anything about it yet. But this is how they do start. But it hasn't. I mean, it closed right up against its highs, but that doesn't change anything. We'll see. I've got to be, well, confounded. So, no other comments at the moment, I guess. Don't say anything unless you think you're going to be right. Spider. New high close, strong, coming up very nicely from the lows that we made on Friday, the August 1st, which is the day after a major bearish engulfing. I'm not apologizing for that bearish engulfing at all. It worked great the next day. But since then, I expected a little rally, then a new low for the trend. Here's the little rally, but it just kept on going the last 4 or 5 days. Neutral. Maybe I should be bullish. Probably should be. Maybe. Oh, then I'm going to be too late. So I'm neutral at the moment. Here's the new highs, 5-minute chart. There's the new highs for the QQQ. Daily data. New highs. Staying there, holding, going up more. NASDAQ. Bearish engulfing now not holding from July 31st. And the bullish engulfing that we had on August 6th is working, although I didn't think it would, so I haven't emphasized it very much. But hey, green bullish engulfing, buy it, it works. Even though I personally didn't think it was going to. Next, strong close, new highs, neutral to bullish. I'm just a little worried about the October lows. Sometime between now and, let's say, October 1st, or sometime in October, I do expect a large downside retracement. Usually, these moves down starting in August or September. That's why I didn't think the bullish was going to work, and I thought the bearish one was going to. Starting in August or September, a big down move, usually, not always, results in an October low that is fairly substantial. Next, we got the YM. There was no bearish engulfing, but that was way back on July 7th, over a month ago, and it was the first of 2 highs that kind of ended up in a double top that started to work pretty good, but it came down to support, oversold, and has now gone back up a little bit. Today is not quite a bullish engulfing, but it is a strong close, a new high closing price for a week and a half. Friendly, not overly bullish. I'm just a little friendly, slightly bullish for a few days. Maybe it'll come back up to 45, 142, where the resistance is, in that area. Next, YM 5-minute chart. No breakouts, just coming back up pretty good. The Russell. large rally, right up near the previous highs. Didn't quite break into new high ground, but certainly a very big rally, very strong, breaking through resistance, coming up to the next resistance level, which stopped the market, back in middle of July and July 23rd. Might do it again, but we're not overbought. Neutral to a little bullish, but cautious, very cautious. Russell, 1 minute chart, 5 minute chart, very firm, strong, new highs for a couple of weeks. Basically looking pretty good. Next, we have a bearish engulfing on the bonds. 2 days ago, we broke below, stayed below, closed below the bullish neckline, head and shoulder bottom. At the time that happened 2 days ago, last Friday, I said that could be a killer. Yesterday, we couldn't rally enough to close above the neckline, even though the high of the day was above it. Same thing for last Friday. And today, the nail in the coffin. Outside down day, bearish engulfing, and we were overbought within the allotted number of past days. So we have a bearish signal flat out. This is it. I'm now looking for lower levels point blank. I don't want to close, can't close above, get above, even get above, one tick above today's high. That's my fail-safe stop, which of course I do not leave it there for very long at all, maybe only hours, let alone days, and start to move it down significantly. Now, I'm not showing you the strategy on these charts usually, but that's how they perform. Now, and the track record for it is unbelievable, actually. I'm hesitating to show the track record on ER1 scalp because it would change the educational aspect of this YouTube. Then it all of a sudden turns into more of an advertising thing. So anyway, I'm now looking for easily a move all the way back down to 111.11, say. Easy number to remember. 111.11. We have an outside down day in the 10-year notes. It wasn't overbought recently, so we don't have a red. Otherwise, this would be red. We didn't close in support, but we started to dig a hole in it. And I'm looking for lower levels, probably down to 110.9, 110.9. Next, the bearish engulfing a couple of days ago on the crude oil. Now we have a new low close, almost a new low. I think we're going to drop into support, probably down to the lower end of the support at 61. And if that does not hold, then I cannot rule out something as low as the low 50s. Next, we're getting oversold in the natural gas, which is a new low, and the head and shoulder top in this pattern and this symbol is working great. Complex head and shoulder top, I detailed innumerable times before it broke out way back in June 27th. This is a new low and a new low close, but similar to August 4th, it might bounce now for a few days, get out of oversold condition, not very far, maybe 3.1, maybe even a little bit further, 3.2, and then new lows. I see no significant bottom. Looking for substantially lower levels, minimum downside objective, 1.15. Next, new low close, almost a new low. Heating oil, probably the next major stop, 2.1. Looking for new lows. I think support's going to get broken. Next, resistance stops the rallies. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Once with a bearish engulfing ER sell signal on July 23. That worked for over a week. Pretty good. This one doesn't have a reversal, just got overbought at resistance and stopped very accurately at the resistance top, the resistance zone top. And we have a new low close, and I'm looking for a test of 32.96 at least, and probably significantly lower than that, 32.08. Next, minor new low, silver. What was that, gold? Yeah, gold is going to have a downside breakout, I think. Silver, minor new low, a little bit higher close, nothing important here. I'm still looking for a little bit of a dip down But I would love to see this thing go sideways for another week or two, and then we could have a top formation. I'm bearish. Next, platinum, neutral momentarily. No signal on the top, bearish, red. Simply topped out. One of my backwards reversals, outside up day in an up market. Thought it didn't have resistance, and that's about it. It wasn't overbought also. So the two favorite things I liked didn't happen, even though the outside up day is part of it. So I guess we're going to see new lows. Looking for 1249, 1,249, and lower. Next. Still sideways, but slowly higher in copper after that debacle crash we had on July 30th. Huge. I think that's the biggest move down in copper percentage-wise and tick-wise I've ever seen in my career of 53 years in the business. I'm looking for lower levels, maybe a lot lower. Next, we did have a bullish engulfing yesterday, which I talked about. Nice big one, and a nice big follow-through to the upside today. Classic combination. I think we're going up too fast, too quick, and maybe a little bit further, but we're awful close all of a sudden to overbought. So I can't justify too much more of a rally before there's some kind of a sideways to a little bit of a dip down for a few days or a week or something. But this is starting to be very, very interesting on a longer term basis. So soybeans are something to watch for a bull move that might develop into something big, big long term. Bullish. Looking for at least a move up to 1043 and then probably up to 1075. Soybean oil tested support very accurately at today's low and then closed about unchanged. Nice good bounce off of the support after making new lows for the move down. New lows for about almost 2 months. I think it's turning around. Been oversold for a couple, 3 days. Next move up, probably back up to 57.40. I'm turning friendly on soybean oil, period. Soybean meal. Someday. New high, now getting overbought. When's the last time I could tell you it got overbought? Oh my God, it's way back in January. 6 months plus ago. That's the last time it got overbought. So this is a fairly substantial, significant rally. It's a new high for about 2 months. It closed not that great, still up a little bit, not much. And the fact that it made new highs for a significant amount of time and didn't close above those highs does bother me a little. I won't be surprised if it dribbles back down slightly and then starts to make new highs. I'm friendly up to about 298. Corn, opposite story. New lows, new low close, below previous lows. Trend is obviously down, but now we're getting oversold again. Possible divergence, new low in price, but not in the indicator. I don't see it turning up yet, but I think it might soon. So I have to be neutral to a little bit more bearish, but I would not be interested in going short at these prices under these conditions. Wheat. Had a bearish engulfing yesterday. Told you. Dropped off sharply. Another 10 cents and a quarter more. New lows for the trend down. Not quite a close below previous lows, but a new low closing for the trend on the downside. Looking for lower levels. Next, we've got the 4 stocks. Shell, sideways. Nothing happened. Waiting for a breakout. Next, overbought. No new high. Been a couple of days. Probably trying to top out. This is Apple. Gap to close below the market. 215-ish. I'm looking for that gap to be closed. Next, we've got Tesla. Overbought, staying above the pennant formation very accurately. Today's low is right smack on the top of the pennant, the old pennant. It did close a little higher, but it is overbought for the last couple of days, but just barely overbought, hardly. So maybe a little sideways in the new highs. And we've got NVIDIA. New highs for the whole trend slightly. New high close also. Normally, all of that is bullish. Testing the bull trend line, that's bullish. Bounced off of it. So I've got to look for a little higher levels right away. But I'm warning you, there's one thing about the way this acted today I don't like. It is an outside up day in new high ground. That's all I'm going to say. Sometimes they turn bearish, but I can't go short. I don't want to go short. I don't think I should go short unless it starts to drop below today's lows. That changes everything pretty quickly. So I'm still neutral to friendly. We got a new high close on E-mini. We're back to the E-mini. You guys have a great day and profitable trading to you.